Hello, hello, hello. Happy weekend. How are you guys doing this wonderful Saturday night? I hope you guys are awesome. Completely awesome. Here in Texas, we had some snow because we don't always get snow here, but it wasn't like last year with the blizzard or whatever they called it. It was just snow. So I don't think we had any fatalities or and Greg Abbott, our Attorney General, he made it crystal clear. He was like, if your lights are already off, you didn't pay your light bill. So don't come saying the snow created this problem and your lights got turned out. If your lights are already off and they have not snowed, sweetie, you didn't pay your light bill. So you might want to take that up with your bank and your light company or however, whatever. But good old Mother Nature, she didn't have nothing to do with your lights being off. Okay. So with that being said, I am here to review the Janet Jackson documentary. Okay, so I don't even know how I feel about that because I feel like so much was not said. Like, she only, mentioned, I don't know, okay, like, she skated over some stuff, okay, they went back to, Gary, Indiana, they did go back to Gary, Indiana, to the house, and so, it was a real small house, and so her mom had said the girls slept in the living room on the couch, and, of course, her and Joe had a room. And then all the boys shared a room. So, I guess since it was just 3 of them. And how many brothers is it? 6 or 7? How many of it is? It's a lot, okay? They all had shared one room. I don't even see how they breathe. Like, how do you breathe in a room with 10 people? Oxygen should have been non-existent. You know what I'm saying? Let me stop. I don't know if my mom had 3 kids, but I'm sure back then they made a way. But I'm just saying, like, it seemed like, dude, I would have to step outside to take a deep breath just to, make it another 30 minutes inside this house. That I don't know. I just never wanted a big family, but they went back to the home. They showed the house or whatever, and they went on to show when they opened up in Vegas and she started, she joined the cast, and then she went from there to Good Times and from Good Times to Fame. But they missed, she was Charlene on Different Strokes. You guys remember that when she was, her and Willis was an item on Different Strokes? But yeah, and okay, so on Fame, I believe, because she said she wanted to go off to Pepperdine, but Joe had other plans for her, right? She said in this home, I guess once the money started coming in, they moved to a bigger home, and in the home they had a studio and all that stuff. So she went in the studio one day, and I guess she was playing around and sung. And honey, that rhythm caught Joe's ear. And he was like, wait a minute, did they say dollar? Did they say dollar? I thought I heard a cha-ching coming on. So, honey, she said from then on, honey, Joe said, I don't know what you talking about. But, we talking about the dollar bill, okay? So how you your contribution to this family for being born and everything is you gonna go out here and sing like the rest of them, okay? So because when she was on what is that, Dawn Cornelius, when she was on Soul Train, Dawn Cornelius had asked her what she wanted to do, and did she know she was gonna be this pretty by the time she grew up, and because I think she was like always a tomboy or whatever, and she had said at that point, she said she wanted to go off to Pepperdine college, but she's gonna have to do both because Joe told her, baby, I don't know what you're doing, but he probably got like, hey, Mr. Step, that's five, baby. Don't talk about going out to college, honey. We ain't trying to hear that. Now, how you gonna do college? And you gonna do the career because, baby, this career gonna come before that college, okay? So, misstep if you want to. That's gonna be $5. So she chose to go keep singing, cause but then guys, later on in the episodes, I think it was Randy. I think that's who was talking, with her. He had said, she wasn't afraid to tell Joe how she felt. Like the boys, I guess, were. But she wasn't afraid to tell Joe. And so her first album, she felt like it was a big deal. But the numbers didn't show, like that it did much. So it was a disappointment to Joe. And so she thought it was okay. It was like, hey, it did something, So because Joe controlled everything, and she said he controlled the photo shoot, he controlled the picture that was gonna be on the cover, he controlled the songs that were gonna be set, he controlled it all, honey. He was like, you just show up, you don't have a voice, you don't have a voice or a choice in the matter, you just show up because your last name Jackson, and I'm Joe. So, Joe knows best. So, so the next time, by this time, okay, she had already, she said that how she met James DeBarge was because his brother was talking to Rebe. And so, of course, they're a big family, and the Jacksons a big family, and so that's how her and James got together, and it was a big mess. Like, I was just looking back then, I was like, I used to back then, I thought he was I thought they was like so cute, and I don't know, because when they flashed back and was showing him, I was like, oh, why did I think that? Because he was not, but hey, hey. Anywho, so her and him had been talking since Janet was 16, her and James. So at 18, she figured the only way she was going to get away out from under Joe's thumb was to get married. So she up and married James. She up and married him, okay? So she said they done got married, went back to the hotel. He up missing. He over there getting high. Right? He over there getting high. And you got a whole wife at home ready to go and canoodle, and you out getting high. So, go figure. Okay. So that went on or whatever. Then, of course, one of those brothers have a daughter that resembles Janet. And she do. She looks like she could be Janet's child. So the rumor out was, okay, because guys, didn't James say they had a baby? Or was he still high? Like 30 years later, is he still high? And he was like, well, I thought we had a kid. Like, dude, you don't know if you had a kid or not. Like, and even Janet was like, well, I wouldn't keep, the child from the father. So she was like, that is my brother's child. She broke it on down. So her and James, went their separate ways or whatever, because he chose to get high, he didn't want a wife. He wanted a crack pipe or whatever, I just don't understand. Guys, is it me? I swear, I feel like crack must taste like chocolate cake, because, to me, there's nothing better in the world than chocolate cake, right? So crack must taste better than chocolate cake, because, you lose your whole mind behind this crack pipe. You know what I'm saying? It's like you wake up and you go from caring about your life and your bills and your family to walking around stinking and dirty and don't care or whatever, losing your job, losing your place to stay, no respect for, you lose everything being on drugs. And when you're in the thick of it, you can't help it, right? So I don't know. So now, my thinking was, well, why didn't you get him help? Like, you didn't have to announce who he were. You didn't have to announce who you were. Why didn't you get him help? Like, why go year after year after year dealing with somebody on drugs? Get him help. However, if she did, she didn't say. Okay. Again, it was a whole lot not being said. Like, I picked up on them. Like, okay, whatever. So then, her and him split up. And she meets Renee Alejandro. Right? He was around a long time. Right? He was every time they go around, he was recording. He didn't know what was real, what was Memorex, because all he wanted to do was record. I mean, personal life, whatever. I mean, at some point, dog, you're going to have to realize, like, can you put that camera down? Because this is real life. And it's just certain things I don't want. So I'm sure they little personal escapades and all that stuff is on camera. I'm sure there are a couple flicks out there being sponsored by Janet Jackson. I'm just saying. Now, unless she got them and burned them or whatever, and he probably held that over her head. If you do not give me what I wanted in this divorce, I will leak them. I will leak every last one of them. And I'm sure he got what he wanted. But anywho, right? I'm just saying. Because he was so quick to grab a camera, I'm sure, and he did not know how to cut it off. So with him not knowing how to cut it off when company is around, even when they were over her mom's house, he was recording. So if you don't know how to stop the madness, I'm sure in your bedroom, you picked up, oh, Janet, turn, bend over, do this, do that, you walk across the room. I'm sure. I'm just saying. I don't know, because I don't know. It's just something about it. I just think she's real freaky. I just think, they probably had some girls, some guys, and I just think she's freaky. And so, that lasted for a long, long time. Then she said, hey, she was getting these deals. She fired her dad, and she went to Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis, and she was going to get a Coke deal. And honey, all of a sudden, the stuff hit with Michael Jackson and the little boy. And baby Coke pulled out. Coke said, oh, no. No, sir. No, sir. No ham, no Pam. That's quite all right. So, and even she said it. She was like, I'm guilty by association, right? So Coke said, oh, never mind, honey. You're not as pure and wholesome. Well, you might not be, but you might be, but your brother and I, because at this point, guys, wasn't that like the second case? And she even said it. She was like, she wished her brother would have fought it. I would have fought it. I wouldn't have cared how long it would have took. I'm not giving you one red penny of my hard-earned money if I know for a fact I ain't touched you. If I ain't touched you, I ain't looked at you, don't know what you look like, I'm not going in my account, writing no check, talking to my accountant, talking to no lawyer. We're going to fight. We're going to fight. Because I'm sure his money was way longer than their money. I'm going to fight to the end. I'm not giving you a dime. No, sir. I'm not giving you 10 pennies that equal a dime. I'm not giving you a dime. Nothing. So, okay. She said she wished he would have fought. And, so all of a sudden, she's a stress eater. And, I think Renee was more of about image, because she said he told her, you're not looking how you are portrayed. You're not, I guess, behind closed doors, you blowing up, you're a stress eater, you're not looking like this Janet Jackson that they claim has some ribs taken out so she can have that little perfect six-pack. You're not looking like that. And to be honest, guys, why should she look like that behind closed doors? I'm in the confines of my own house with my own husband, because they were married. Why? Look, I can get me together when I'm ready to go out. But why can't I take this time off and get as fat as I want to get? I know how to work it out. She should have told him that. I would have. I would have said, you need to go and have your seat, a couch. You need to go and have something. You need to go somewhere. And you need to go somewhere real quick. Okay? Because if I want to sit here and lay on my couch stinking for a year, that's my business. I went out there and worked and make the money. You didn't. Okay? If I want to sit here and do nothing for a whole year, if I don't want to wash my face for a whole, that's my business. Renee, I suggest you go and find you a seat. I would have told him point blank. Because anytime they coming at you, see, it's one thing. I remember getting this off of Bill Cosby. You remember when Vanessa brought the old guy, and she wanted them to accept him or whatever, and Cosby was like, it's. You served them up on a dirty plate. That's life. And I use that analogy many times when people come sideways. I'm like, don't serve your life to me on a dirty plate and expect me to eat off of it, because I'm not. So, with that being said, I just feel like Janet should have, I would have just told him, look, life don't have to be perfect for me. When I'm ready for it to be perfect, I know what to do. Okay? Until further notice, sir, because you getting paid off of my hard work, okay? Yeah, he did bring her share, and he did whatever, he gave this sexy image or whatever. He did his thing, right? I think they fed off each other. However, you got paid well. You got paid very well, I'm sure. I'm positive you got paid well. So, with that being said, can you go over there and kick your legs up, baby? Eat you a tamale or whatever whatever, right? And leave me alone. I mean, I would have said it. I would have told him. Matter of fact, you can go take you a vacation. Go take you a vacation. And when I'm ready for you to come back, I'll call you, okay? But until further notice, I'm going to sit right here, eat my ice cream, my little Debbie cakes, my, I don't know, snickerdoodle cookies, whatever I want to eat. Honey, I would have just told him. So, I guess it was weighing on her, but he was doing so much. Because even in that video, in the time and the place when she was laying there, and I think he was a perv anyway, and Gary Dourdan, when he was at his finest, honey, she said, he asked her, do you have a boyfriend? I guess he was ready, baby. And she was like, yeah, that's him right there. That was him directing him what to do, stick his hand in the pants and pull out the necklace, the waist, whatever it's called, the waist beads or whatever. I don't know what it's called, because, I got too much in my middle to be trying to put on a rope, because it ain't going to look as sexy as it did with Janet Jackson. And, honey... And I'm just saying, because, trust me, I love me. So, I'm just saying, I ain't got time for nothing to be sliding down, because, honey, it might slide down, and I can't find it till next week. But I'm just saying, like, I can laugh at me. But, yeah, he got on my nerves. So, I know he got on hers. And so, eventually, they split ways. Oh, but she did tell his business. She said he got off on pain medicine, on them pain pills. He done got addicted to the pain pills. That's addict number 2. So it's something in her that's alerting all these people that's addicts, that's drawing out for these, my God, it's something in you that's appealing to whatever it is in them. Y'all know that's true. Y'all know some of these people, they'll give it a man they'll give it a drunk after a drunk after a drunk after a drunk. It's like, girl, is there nobody sober in your immediate area? Like, do you need to leave your state to find somebody that's sober? Like, you mean to tell me all of Texas in AA? All of Texas? Nobody's sober? I'm just saying. Some people just, I don't know, they have this need to be wanted. You know what I'm saying? No, baby, no. No, I don't have no super glue to put you back together. So I need you to come. I want to be able to see you shattered and put back together however you put you back together. You know what I'm saying? Because if you put you back together, at least you put you back together. That means you suffered, you went through it, but hey, you made it. If I got to put you back together, I might put pieces in the wrong place and whatever, and honey, I don't have time. So, anywho, they divorced. So, I'm sure he got everything he wanted in the divorce, because like I said, I'm sure he held over her head because that was his camera, his tapes. Play with me if you want to, okay? So then, all this stuff was happening with Michael Jackson. She had actually said when she did the Scream that she filmed in the day, he filmed at night. Like, the companies were trying to, basically, both of they, she think basically it was his record company trying to keep them apart, right? She wanted to open up for them, and Michael Jackson wasn't trying to hear it. She wanted to be the open act for her brothers, and honey, he was like, girl, what? Girl, go talk to Joe and Catherine or Latoya Rebe or something. I don't need you opening up for me. He wasn't trying to hear it. Michael wasn't trying to hear it. Like, I don't know what it was, but he wasn't down for it or whatever. So I don't know, guys. I don't know. I can only respond to what was put out. I mean, I do have. I mean, I don't know. I just I don't know. I love me some Michael Jackson, but guys, hey, R.I.P. Mike. So anyway, so they split up, or they divorced and whatever. So here comes Jermaine Dupri. Now you mean to tell me? And guys, I'm telling you, don't nobody want the ugly man until you get him. And basically, that's what he said. These women felt like, I'm with Janet Jackson. So here they come, everybody come, and he couldn't resist. He like, shoot, I ain't never been chosen this much. I can count on one hand how many girls even looked in my direction. And now all of a sudden, I'm with Janet Jackson, Janet Jackson, and girls slipping their numbers to me left and right. And evidently, you must be something because you pulled Janet Jackson. So I guess he got the big head. He got the big head. I guess he said, well, yeah, I did pull her, didn't I? I'm somebody up in here. And he was cheating. And Janet said it. And she said he never had time for her. I'm like, what? Look at you. Like, dude, go stand in the mirror. Go stand in the mirror, Jermaine. What do you see? What do you see? And you messed over Janet Jackson? You deserve to be single. Because I'm sure the minute y'all broke up, all them women who were trying to get at you or got to you went on about their business. Oh, no. Oh, I hope I wasn't the last person you slept with or you creep with, because she gone. Oh, child. You know what I'm saying? Like, they didn't want, like, dude, that's why I told y'all, ugly men, they cheats too. It's like, go stand in the mirror, dog. Can you just go stand in the mirror? Tell me what you see. And tell me what you don't see. And let's be 100. I know all your life your mom said you handsome. Because she had to tell you that. Right? You know what you see. When you look in the mirror, you know what you see, and you had the nerve to cheat. Instead of being faithful, you decided you wanted to cheat. Yeah. Okay. So she went on and left him. But I remember when they broke up, they were saying Janet was pregnant and she didn't want the baby and she had an abortion. That's what was the rumor floating around. But then when I looked at the interview, she said she would have as many kids as he wanted, but don't tell him that. So she was really even willing to have kids by him. Girl. He admitted it too. He he admitted it. He admitted it. He was like, I know I'm ugly. I know I'm ugly, and hey, all these women is giving me or vying for my attention because I got Janet Jackson, and I'm going to take it. I'm going to take it. I never get this opportunity again. I'll never get this opportunity again. So, hey, it is what it is at the end of the day. But the ugly men cheat too. They cheat worse. And it's like, you need to pick your struggle. Do you want... I'm not going to even go down that road. I just pick your struggle. Okay? Pick it. Pick your struggle. Okay. So then she broke up with Jermaine Dupri. And she was touring and stuff. Okay, here it comes. Oh, before... she broke up with Jermaine Dupri. She had the Super Bowl, and Justin Timberlake pulled a thing with and showed the boob. And I swear, America feel like, in the world, act like they never seen a titty before or a nipple. All these people on Pornhub, and you got women and whatever. Oh, was that a boob? Was that a nipple? OMG! Like, oh. I'm going to have you a seat somewhere. You see worse than that on TV. On HBO, Cinemax, Stars. You see worse than that, And she even said it. She said Justin had talked to her. He was like, I'm so sorry about that. And she was, should I make a statement? And she was like, no. Just go, no. She didn't even let his career take a hit for that. She was like, no. Because she, I guess she felt like it'll blow over. Okay, well... to me, it's like all of a sudden they want a blackball, a blacklist or whatever. Nobody was working with her. Then here comes Tyler Perry. So Tyler Perry started putting in his stuff. Remember, she was in For Black Girls Only. And guys, the guy who she was married to was Omari Hardwick, right? Wasn't that him? The one who was cheating. And so the one who gave her the AIDS or whatever. So he started working with her, whatever. He was like, man, look. Stop the madness. Y'all see my sign up there say dreams? Last night I actually made me a vision board. I will show it to you. It's right over there. I made me a vision board. It is so nice. Every idea I have is on this vision board, and I can see it. Everything I want, everything is right here on this vision board. So, but anyway, I know I got off subject. And he started, using or whatever. And then she met Issa's dad, the billionaire guy. She didn't say his name. She may have said his name, but I didn't catch it. Got pregnant at 50. And, she said Joe had the opportunity to meet him before he passed. And, her mama and Riri was like, we didn't think, and her brother, he was like, we didn't think she was going to have any kids. And it was nice. Like, but I'm like, okay, it was a whole lot you didn't say. But hey, I know maybe she didn't. I don't know. I just don't like when they bubble gum it. Like, don't bubble gum me. I love documentaries. I get down to the nitty gritty. I want to get down to the nitty gritty. I don't bubble gum it, with me. But I guess, hey, she did not show him. I guess the dad was like, do not put him on that TV. Do not put him on that camera. Or whatever, because she did not show him. She's so in love with her son. How old is her son? Like 4 or 5, maybe? 6? Somewhere up in there, whatever. But that was Janet Jackson documentary. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. I did. I'm like, they skated over a lot of stuff. But hey, it showed when Joe died. It showed when Michael died. And, yeah, it was okay. It was okay. I mean, I didn't like the fact they skated over stuff, but it was okay. What do y'all think? Tell me in the comments. Okay, this is Sean with Sean's Journey out.